get in there, my son. How's it going, everybody? Well, you know what I mean. We're not too bad. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little news video for you. Latest Manchester United's goings on at the club. The evening's latest, an update on Ralf Rangnick. Some post-match stuff, of course, in the fallout of the Chelsea versus Manchester United game. Finishing 1-1 at Stamford Bridge, a good result for United. We'll get into it and chew the fat a little bit about that and cover some of the stuff that's come out after the game. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's getting in here right now. Shout out to all of you legends. Having a bit of an issue for some reason with my green screen before, so forgive me for being a couple of minutes late there. And if it looks weird, that's just how it's going to have to be. So, hey, how you doing there, Bart, Rushmano, Robin Corkmaz, Batman Night Fan, Naz786, Rupert Meadows in here as well. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us for the start of this show. Do us a favour if you haven't done so and hit the thumbs up button on it. Smash the like. Get involved throughout. It's an interactive show. Have your say, have your thoughts. Get your opinions in. We want to hear from you. So do get your thoughts and opinions in throughout the show as we go along. Good evening there, cool homies as well. Hey, no worries at all, man. I hope you had a great day. Thank you for getting in here. So many centre-backs, yet no duo. Interesting point, Bart. We'll get onto that a little bit later, actually. Fair point. I personally think the duo for United would be maybe Varane and Bailly, from what I've seen recently. I mean, Bailly looked pretty excellent today. Lindelof was decent as well. He's been decent recently too. Slabby Maguire's been an absolute bloody fridge of a player and shouldn't be anywhere near. He's basically melted like a fridge in the freaking Arizona desert recently, this guy. Time to defrost him and move on to somebody else who's a little bit more hot. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Eric Bailly or maybe Victor Lindelof, although Victor Lindelof's name is the Iceman, so maybe not the right guy. But Eric Bailly, he could come in there alongside Varane. I think that'd be good. I'll just ask you, you've brought it up at the start of the stream. It's an interesting point before we get on with the news. Who would be your centre-back partnership going forward if you could choose out of everybody available? Phil Jones, is it? No. Listen, who would it be? I'm going for Bailly and Varane. If everybody's fit, I think see you later on Slabbington, Maguire. Back to the doldrums you go, maybe loan out to Hull City or something. And then the rest of them, Bailly, Lindelof, yeah, okay. But I think Bailly and Varane would be good. Adfeling Skills agrees with me. Thank you very much. Hey, the Gaming Sip, Toxic, Solskjaer, Adfeling, Jordan, Fozzie Aussie, everyone, thanks for joining us. We're gonna cover all the latest United news in this video. That's what this is about. Do us a favour at the start, smash the like, and let's get into this. Let's get stuck in then, lads and lasses. So, the first order of business that I want to sort of talk about is just an update in regards to Ralf Rangnick and the contract. So we're expecting that Manchester United will announce something in the next 24 to 48 hours as to when Ralf Rangnick will be coming in. There's still speculation and question marks about who will be in charge against Arsenal on Thursday. Remains to be seen. Maybe it will be Carrick at the wheel. To be fair, Carrick's been doing a decent job to Carrick. He said after the game that, there wasn't any influence from the new regime that's coming in, essentially. So Michael Carrick, in charge, making the decisions, so it seems, and getting a good, ugly draw against Chelsea today for us. Nothing absolutely mesmeric about it, don't get me wrong. But he did obviously get us to win the other day, convincing enough. And today, it was a good, positive result, a really good 1-1 draw. Away at the top of the league side is no mean feat with what's been going on at United. So I think that's a really good result and a display from Carrick. And if he's in charge against Arsenal, it doesn't really make much never mind, does it? If he is, fair enough. It's just very little time for Rangnick to come in and really change much in that period anyway. I think he could well be in there for the Arsenal game, though. I'm just going to ask, I'm going to put it to you in the live chat very quickly. My opinion is that Rangnick probably will be in here in the dugout for the Arsenal game. But listen, work permits and finalisations of deals and all this sorts of stuff, it could take a bit of time. Just getting in here, travel, accommodation, all the rest of it. Maybe he won't be ready for that Arsenal game. So I'll ask you, who do you think will be in the dugout in against Arsenal? Will it be Rangnick or will it be Carrick? I personally think Rangnick will hopefully be in here. They almost sound like I don't know, brothers in arms, don't they? Like some sort of like Norse gods. Rangnick and Carrick. Anybody thought about that? Anyway, no. To be fair though, Rangnick and Carrick will be at it. He'll be one of them. Rangnick says Batman Knife fan. So listen, I just want to say fair play to Michael Carrick. Let's get a little hand applause emoji in the live chat, because Michael Carrick has actually done bits, to be fair, in the short time that he's had this club, just for the last 2 games. Listen, he's not a manager for United long term. He would have to go out and cut his teeth at many a different club first to get experience and prove himself at those clubs as well. Not just come up through the system at United, even working under Rangnick for the next however many years or whatever. I just don't think it's what he should do if we wanted to have him as a manager in the future. But hey, maybe he's got some abilities there. Maybe he should go into it and go and cut his teeth somewhere and get some experience. But yeah, obviously Rangnick's got to come in. He's the man. He's the man for me. We've got an update here from Fabrizio Romano, who just said that work is in progress on contract side this weekend in order to announce Ralf Rangnick arrival. So this was at 7:35 tonight. And also giving us a quote from Eric Bailly after the game. He said, "Yes, we've been told in the dressing room about the arrival of the new manager," he told RMC Sport. So, yeah, and obviously, you know, that's basically insinuating that, yeah, there's a new man coming in. It's definitely 100%. There you go. He's coming in. And it's just a case of obviously finalising the contract details, swapping the contracts and all the paperwork and getting that sorted out and the permits and all the rest of it. So there you go. Should be 24 to 48 hours is when you see a new bit of information in regards to Rangnick being announced by the football club. I think it's going to be probably tomorrow or Tuesday. Tuesday sounds like a decent time. Get him in here. Maybe he'll be in the dugout, of course, for the Arsenal game on Thursday. That's the plan. Rangnick. A lot of people coming in here with the Rangnicks there. Nice one. Cool, homies. Thank you very much for putting the link to the live chat in there. Appreciate you. Ellie, how you doing? Thank you, Ellie. She says, like and subscribe, everybody. Appreciate you all for getting involved tonight. Have your say. Lots to get into. The first bit of news then, that the imminent arrival of Ralf Rangnick is basically here, you know. 24 to 48 hours. Expect to hear the news and an announcement by the club, perhaps tomorrow. But yeah, for now, let's just you know, fair play to Michael Carrick. Thank you, Batman Knight fan. He's got the applause in there. He says, well done to Carrick for the 2 games. He has done well in these 2 games. I mean, particularly in this Chelsea game. I think anybody really would have beaten that Villarreal team because they were poo. Let's be honest, that Emery side was shite. And they're doing poor in La Liga as well. That was an easy game for us in hindsight. Of course, the Chelsea game, they're top of the Premier League. They're looking really good. They've got a plus goal difference of, 28 goals, and we're on -1, and we're many points behind, 12 points behind. And this was the opportunity for them to go 15 points in front, which would have been a big old kick in the love spuds to United's title hopes this season. So to get the draw today is a very big game. Hey, Steve Johnson getting in here, mate. Everyone's favourite Canadian Scouser, eh? He says, the only thing Ronaldo can press is his dress shirt, says Steve Johnson. Wow. Okay, I would have thought he'd probably get somebody to do that for him, but yeah, hey, fair enough, Steve Johnson. Listen, yeah, a little bit of hate on the Ronaldo there. You know what? We know what's funny about Ronaldo. Can he do this? Can he do that? Will he not be able to press? I'm telling you now. Ronaldo is a top draw player. He's a physical specimen. He's an athlete. If he's given a role to do in the forward line by the new manager, I'm sure he'll be able to do it to a good ability. I honestly do believe that. And his overall quality of football, his overall ability to score goals will still shine through in a really good system and a team that's working well. Is he a young whippersnapper? He's going to be able to press non-stop for every single game? No, but I guess he'll be utilised for often a lot of times by Rangnick. He'll be played certainly up top there to score the goals and start the games. He's got Edinson Cavani, who's also great in that sort of system. Maybe more suited and fitted to a Rangnick system, Cavani. But I'm sure that Cristiano, though, is going to have a major role to play, and I think he will be able to do that role absolutely fine. Maybe it's a slight concern, but, come on. Thank you, Rushmano. He said 30 likes. You what? Smash that like, guys. Guys, do us a big favour. Hit the thumbs up button on the stream. If you are just getting in here, yes, give us a cheeky little like spike. Thank you, Rushy. Hit the thumbs up. Also, please do give it a share on social media as well. I really appreciate it when it does that. Tweet it out on Twitter. Get a couple more eyeballs on the channel. Help spread the word of the pig. Help spread the word of this channel, this United community. And get your thoughts and opinions in as always. Appreciate it. Robin Corkman's lad, hello. He says he can't bring his coaching staff. It's better he doesn't come at all. I read that because we're going to go into another segue here. We've got a good segue there, my friend. Serious negotiations are now underway for Lars Kornetka to move to Manchester United as Ralf Rangnick's assistant. Lokomotiv Moscow have offered Kornetka the role of sporting director, but it's his choice. This is from a reputable source here as well in regards to Kornetka. So Yes, I agree with you. He needs to bring in backroom staff, to be fair. Also, a few different other reports from news outlets suggesting that Ralph Rangnick is expected to bring 2 assistants with him to Manchester United. So, that's, I think, what we need. I know that we kind of might need to have some common link there between the squad and the new coaching staff, i.e. Carrick or somebody sticking around. I don't know. Darren Fletcher's there, though, in a technical role. Maybe he can do that. So, yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen what Rangnick wants to do with this new approach. If he's going to come in, he might just sack them all off and go, hey, Carrick, Fina, McKenna, see you later on, lads. You're not good enough for United. You've proven guff. You don't know anything about the old Gegenpress system, guys. No. What do you know about Gegenpress? And maybe get rid of them. Or he might actually give them a chance. He might assess them. He might evaluate them. He might obviously give them opportunities to prove themselves to him. They are obviously United people. They've done a lot of great things for this club, these people that we're talking about here. Maybe this season they let us down a little bit, as has sort of everybody at the football club, but they're still great United people. So maybe he'll give them chances and opportunities to prove themselves and be really good for Manchester United as coaches. We shall see. And then maybe he'll assess them or evaluate them later and make the necessary arrangements and adjustments to sack them off, if that's the case. But I do think we need a new approach. I think, yes, Ralph Rangnick coming in is great, but if we can get his assistant in, the guy that's worked with him at previous clubs, a few different previous clubs, Hanover, I think, Leipzig, various different places, and sort of helped him. And of course, he can come in as assistant manager. There's this whole Gegenpress system, etc. We need to instill it into the team. Yada, yada, yada. All the rest of it makes perfect sense. So that is a possibility, guys, that we could be seeing somebody come in here, as well as, Ralph Rangnick over the coming days. That's also something that they're working on. That could also delay him maybe coming in and managing and overseeing that Arsenal game. So Carrick could be at the wheel for the Arsenal game, but I'm still expecting 48 hours that we appoint him and we get a new maybe assistant in as well. So Samuel Luckhurst says hardly needed confirming, but Carrick insists the incoming interim manager did not pick the Manchester United team today, guys. So that is the latest on that. No team picking from the new manager. You saw in the game, actually, it's funny, isn't it? Darren Fletcher's there, and it's cutting to him. He's got the old earpiece in. He seems to be conversating with somebody through the earpiece there. I mean, I don't know what he's doing there. I mean, if he's talking to Rangnick, he's talking to somebody else. I don't know. I don't know if they put a Scotsman on that job anyway with Rangnick in there, just to make it audible for him. But still, I think, I doubt it. I mean, who knows? It's very unlikely that Carrick's been here. He's got a couple of days. This guy's going to be coming in. He might have obviously had the opportunity to sort of make some suggestions, but I don't think he's had any real input into what's happened so far. He'll be coming in, of course, and to do a job soon, so he'll be taking over the reins there. It leads me on to my next bit of information then, guys. So, into the game. Let's talk about this game a little bit here tonight. So, Manchester United did get a good result against Chelsea. Let's be fair. We went to the bridge. We saw snatched and grabbed it at the end, in the start of the second half when they made a mistake. Obviously, Jorginho completely sharting the bed, giving the ball away, and United pounced on it. Jadon Sancho, the rest is history. Unfortunately, in the end, it's a soft penalty that we gave away there. I think Wan-Bissaka is just one of those. By the letter of the law, it probably is a penalty. But it was very disappointing. But overall, we were in the game. David kept us in the game. There were some great performances in there. Man of the match, maybe for me, is David De Gea. I think he won the man of the match on the manunited.com poll. On Sky Sports, they gave it to Scott McTominay. You what? I mean, he was decent. He was good. Second half, he was very good. He won a lot of stuff in the air, etc. But man, that is preposterous, mate. Jamie Carragher's been smoking out of a can, etc. I'll pick in that one. But a pretty crazy choice. Fred was excellent. I want to talk about Fred actually for a second here, guys. So I've got some stats from Fred for the game here. That's not the one. If you look at this, oh yes, Fred. Fred's game by numbers versus Chelsea. So credit Statman Dave for this on Twitter. So this was his game versus Chelsea. 32 attempted passes, 26 successful passes, 9 ball recoveries, 4 passes into the final third, 4 attempted tackles, 4 interceptions, 3 fouls suffered, 2 successful tackles, 0 fouls committed. I mean, whichever way you look at it, it was a good game by Fred. He definitely ran that midfield. He was up and down. He was pressing a lot. He was getting in people's faces, winning the ball back. He looked, Kino-esque, Gattuso-esque at times. He was in there ruffling feathers and winning the ball back. I was very impressed by Fred. Love his attitude. Love his work rate. He was absolutely brilliant. So let's hope that Fred can actually get more love from Rangnick in the sense that in the system that Rangnick plays, hopefully Fred will benefit a lot from that. So we're understanding this whole gegenpressing system. It could suit Fred down to the ground, to be fair, with how he goes about it. You saw Lingard come off the bench today. I think that's something that you could see a regular thing happen under Rangnick as well. You know, maybe that's the foundations that are being laid here. You saw United pressing a bit more today, and a lot more actually at times. So I think it's already the plant of the seed has happened, and we're starting to see the transition of United starting to play hopefully some good football. It's not going to happen overnight, it's not going to come quickly, but certainly I think players like Fred will benefit from a system that going forward that we hopefully going to see. You know, Donny van der Beek, there's question marks over him. He didn't really feature today, came on at the end, of course. Ronaldo, there's question marks over him. Sancho's going to be good in this system. Rashford, you know, there's a lot of players that will benefit, I think, from this sort of new approach that we're going to be taking. A lot of the pacey players, you know, Tellers has had a good couple of decent games. I think he could definitely feature in a Rangnick side. We got some info to suggest that Luke Shaw, you know, is not really... it's not really a big issue for Luke Shaw. He's not going to be sacked off or anything. So there are no concerns over Luke Shaw's future, basically, despite obviously Ralph Rangnick being quite critical of him in the past and talking about him and suggesting that, you know, he's not really good enough for Manchester United. But this was before he's been Shawberto Carlos. Let's hope he can get back to being that sort of quality player soon. ManUnited.com, David De Gea, 35% of the vote for man of the match. I personally do agree with that. I think he made 2 really world-class saves and a few really good ones as well. And to stop the opposition from scoring and decimating us when they were controlling us and battering us for possession at times, I think he is the reason mainly why we won that game. To be perfectly fair, the defenders, Eric Bailly was very, very impressive. Solid, did not really put a foot wrong, really. I mean, Lindelof made 1 or 2 errors, but overall was great. You know, I think De Gea won us that game, to be fair. Of course, Jada's won it. He deserves a big shout for man of the match as well, because he did a couple of really nice things and he scored the goal. But for me, it's David De Gea. Who's your man of the match, guys? I'm just going to jump into the live chat very quickly. Who is your man of the match from that game tonight, by the way? It's an interesting one. Hey, we got 147 of you in here, 50 likes on the stream. Everyone, do us a favor, let's smash 100 likes, smash the thumbs up button, leave a cheeky little like on it for Sancho's winner. Oh, it's not a winner, was it? You know what I mean? Yeah, Paul Clayton, that was fucking hilarious, but I just seen a clip of it, man. A few people sending me that. Thank you so much. But yeah, Paul Clayton, Keenan Carrick ranting at each other. It's hilarious, man. Proper fucking going for it, mate. Fucking showing over each other. Love it. You gotta love that level of punditry, don't you? You know, heated debates. That's what it's all about. Yeah, man, I need to watch that back properly. Actually, it's hilarious. Mark Ashton says every backroom staff member must leave, and Rangnick must bring his entire team, like every other manager always does. I think that's a fair point as well. Maybe a completely fresh approach, but then again, you know, this is Manchester United. Shouldn't we have some sort of common link between the new and the old? Some sort of handed over the baton. I don't know. We didn't win, Piggy. I know, Mikato. We drew. I know, I melted. I said that he scored a winner. Well, at the time, it should have been the fucking winner, to be fair. Unfortunately for us, that complete melter of a referee destroyed us, didn't he, with his terrible decisions. I thought that penalty was soft, and his refereeing towards the end of the game was a complete laugh. You know, yellow carding Tuchel after Tuchel was completely right, and all the rest of it. It was just going to be shambles. He made lots of decisions against United today. I thought that referee was a complete shadow of a man. What a shadow of a referee. Like, he was terrible. Called himself an official. Okay, so Rangnick, this is interesting. So there you go. There's some statistics on Fred. I think those are some impressive numbers anyway, and it's the sort of stuff I like to see, guys. I hope that Fred and some other players benefit from the new manager coming in the next 48 hours. Hopefully, come on, they need to get him in here for that Arsenal game. Stop fanning around. You know, Carrick's done well, but let's get in there. Let's get the new man settled in. Now's the opportunity, next couple of days, and then we are on an upward trajectory, hopefully, from that moment on. So that's what we've got to look forward to. So this is supposedly what Rangnick's football is all about, yeah. So Manchester United's similarity to Rangnick's Leipzig across key stats in the Premier League in 21-22. Apparently we're one of the most least like Rangnick's RB Leipzig side. This is from The Athletic. I don't really know how they figure all these statistics out, but taking into account all different parts of the football statistics, apparently United are the 18th most like team to Rangnick style teams. So right now, we are only a 38% match for Rangnick football. I don't really know how they've come up with this, but hey, apparently Southampton and Leeds are the most Rangnick-esque, with Chelsea coming in quite close and Liverpool very close as well, which makes sense. Man City quite hard there too. So apparently Manchester United are the least Rangnick-esque when discussing different statistics in regards to how United play. So this is why Manchester United have their work cut out for them, to change things over, because this is the main key points that they're basically saying. So Rangnick expects his sides to win the ball back within 8 seconds after a turnover, and also it says that the best time to score is within 10 seconds of winning the ball back. So you're talking about very direct football here, forward passes, direct, the emphasis always on penetration forward, getting at them, swarming as a team forward. That's essentially what they're on about here. And passing is not just short, but straight ahead before defence can organise. So it's super quick. You win it back. The opposition are disorganised. They haven't, managed to set themselves a position. You just get at them forward passes forward, runs in behind, all the rest of it. So we'll have to see we'll have to see how it translates to United, because apparently we are the most un-Rangnick-esque, or one of the most un-Rangnick-esque teams in the league right now, based on the 21-22 Premier League season so far. Statistically, I don't know where they get this from, but it's interesting reading. Norwich and Newcastle are the only least Rangnick-esque teams in the league. Toxic says, keep liking and subscribing. Yes, indeed, guys. Get your likes in, get your subscribers in. If you're new, we cover all the latest United news on this channel, so smash the subscribe button. Get involved. We've got a lot to get into tonight. Actually, before I get into a Q&A, we always have a big Q&A at the end as well. So everybody, obviously I'm trying to cover all the news. Sometimes I miss a bunch of messages and stuff. Please be patient with me. Keep talking with all the legends in the community in the live chat as I'm waffling away. And we will have a big Q&A, and I will jump in and out of the live chat anyway as we go along. Star-Lord says Rashford should have come off, not Sancho. McTominay was poo. Donny should have come on at half-time. Yeah, I think so too. I think Donny at half-time would have made sense. Probably for Scott McTominay. But then saying that, Scotty did have a decent end to the game. He did play well. He did do some good stuff for us. But I think his first half was warranted for taking off, definitely. Okay, so a few different places, such as the Mirror, take it with a pinch of salt, reporting that Carrick will be in charge for the game against Arsenal on Thursday. But as I say, Rangnick could be coming in the next 24 to 48 hours. Right then, I'll just get into the live chat actually for a little bit before we get onto the next topics of Discussione. So there's the game tonight. Rangnick coming in, lads, and that's hopefully something good to celebrate. I think this is a massive win for us. It wasn't a win, but a massive win in the sense that we didn't lose. Because if we'd have lost, we'd have been 15 points behind Chelsea. They'd be so far ahead. It would have been very difficult to catch them up. Now it's still insanely difficult to catch them up. But with the run of games that we have, and with Rangnick coming in and hopefully being able to get us playing some good stuff, we have a good run of games where we should be smashing up fools. Terrible teams we've got to come up against. No disrespect, but we should be beating the Eagles, Palace. We should be beating the likes of Burnley and Brighton, and to be fair, they're not bad teams, any of these, are they? There's no easy games in the Premier League anymore. Brighton under Potter are a good side. Palace under Vieira, a bit of a surprise package this season. So there's no easy games. But the point I'm making is, on paper, we should smash all these teams to bits. Nice one there, Mark Ashton. He says, when you look at Manchester United backroom staff on the bench during a game, it's all a big conversation and debate. No one looks in charge. Well, that's quite interesting, Mark Ashton. Well, hopefully the new guy coming in can, get that in place, get that true authority there, UK media says, Naz, so it's only for 6 months. Right, just to understand the current situation with Rangnick. This is how it is. He's the manager of Manchester United on an interim basis until May. I think it is May. Or is it June? I think it might be June. 6 months. 6-month contract until the end of the season, essentially. He's on, I believe he's going to get quite a big amount of money as a bonus option. So if he gets Manchester United qualified for the Champions League, he gets a bonus. If he wins the league with United, he gets a big bonus. If he wins the Champions League with United, he gets a big bonus. If he wins the FA Cup, he gets a bonus. So this is how it's sort of working on it. And also, he's coming here to take over in a technical role. We've got a bit more information about that, actually. So some sources to say that the role that he will be offered is that of Ed Woodward has promised Ralph Rangnick that he will be given the role of senior football advisor from next season. In this role, Rangnick will be expected to revitalise the club and refine a structure that can transform Manchester United into an elite operation. So, this sounds very good. Let's hope that that's the case. Let's hope that it's not just some outside consultancy role that he's being given here, and he actually is going to get the club revitalized and be able to have the freedoms to do so. And if he's the senior football advisor, then that sounds like somebody who's actually got power and can oversee things and make decisions and improve things in a football advisory way. So something like that makes a lot of sense. But as it is, we know that he's coming in here for 6 months as interim and 2 years at this moment in time in a consultancy role such as this. So that's what it is right now. There's nothing expected beyond that. He's got 6 months in the job. There's still talks of Ten Hag for the future. There's still talks of Pochettino for the future. So this guy's just coming in here between now and the end of the season to steady the ship, but also to change the direction of the ship, to stop us from heading towards the rocks and get us to, to those fit mermaids over there. Actually, no, they're sirens. Watch out for those too. In this direction, first ahead, first straight ahead, So that's what he's expected to get Manchester United to do. And he's going to lay the foundations here for the next coach. Either that, or he'll be really impressed. He'll really impress with his performances as manager between now and the end of the season. Get us playing good stuff, instill a philosophy, have us playing this gegenpress football, getting right at teams, pressing, counter-pressing, attacking, swarming, like a complete red swarm of Manchester United Red Devils, penetrating the opposition time and time again. That's what we want to see, this gegenpress style of football. If he can do that, then I think most fans, and depending on how we're performing, of course, it's all well and good. If you're going to be 10th in the league, it's no good. He's got to get the results as well as getting us to play a nice new brand of football and actually start the foundations to go back to playing the United way. And it's sad to say, but, you look at people like Nagelsmann and Kloppy and these guys who've been inspired by this gegenpress style from Ralf Rangnick, and their teams play very good stuff. And you look at Liverpool, that's the sort of stuff that we should be trying to go for and beyond. And in terms of like the godfather of this style of play, that is Ralf Rangnick. So we've gone and got somebody who's very, very qualified to get us that style of football. It's one thing to do it, though. I hope he really can get this set of underperforming players, because they are absolute disgrace, some of them. I hope he can get the underperforming players to perform. I hope he comes in and he's bold with his decisions. I hope he strips captaincy from Harry Maguire, makes that decision, because that is a decision that needs to be made. There's still a massive question mark about who should be playing in that back line. We've got all these defenders there. You have Bailly, looked really good today. I'd go Bailly Varane. We discussed it a little bit earlier. Get your picks in for centre-backs, guys. Who would be your centre-back pairing in a centre-back too? So for me, if everybody's fit, it's Varane and Bailly. Bailly is a little bit self-destructive sometimes. He can be a bit volatile, injury-prone, etc., all the rest of it. But if he's fit, I reckon you've got to play him alongside Varane. Lindelof, good, but also a little bit vulnerable in the air, not the strongest. Whereas Bailly and Varane are both great in the air, both strong, physical lads, quick. So I think that those guys really fit our system under Rangnick. Whereas if you've got a high pressing system as well, you're playing high up. Maguire playing in that system is just going to absolutely be caught short. He's going to be like stuck in the custard mud there, man, this guy. I don't see how he's going to, if a ball comes over the top or whatever, he's got all that space between the halfway line and the goalkeeper to cover. He's just going to get left behind, I think. So I really don't think he's going to actually have much of a role to play. That's just my gut feeling. Even though he's a big name player, big money, I think Rangnick will come in and go, how do I want to play? We need to play with a little bit more athleticism, a little bit more pace at the back there, I think. And so I think he might change stuff up. But he's got to do that. He's got to be bold with his decisions, maybe come in, maybe change the midfield around significantly as well. Give Donny a chance, maybe play Fred in there. There's talks of him coming in to play maybe a 4-2-2-2 system. So let's see what he does. I mean, who knows? It's early days. He's supposed to be great in terms of this style of football, getting teams playing great stuff. It is still a big step up to Manchester United from the other places that he's been, but he's got all the experience in the world underneath him at a lesser level. Like, so much experience from all different roles, not just the coaching roles, but technical roles, growing the football brand at big clubs like RB Leipzig and all the rest of it. So this is somebody that's a big acquisition for Manchester United, not just for the dugout, but for beyond. So that is the big point of it. He should hopefully get a senior advisor football role in the future. He'll oversee things until, we find a permanent manager. He's probably not the permanent manager. I could see him staying a little bit longer, though, to be fair, if he does really well. Mace Wendick says, do you still think Rangnick signing is uninspired and not ideal, says Mace Wendick? Yeah. It's absolutely not ideal. Shall I tell you why, Mace? Well, the very fact that we've got this guy in an interim capacity should tell you the story, really. We haven't appointed somebody else on a permanent basis because that person, the ideal candidate, is not available. We've got an interim. This is the very meaning of the word interim. It is a temporary, he's temporary taking charge of the side. So this is a 6-month agreement. So, of course, it's not the ideal appointment. He is a good one, of course. He's a good coach in terms of his style. Still, though, hey, look, everybody's like assuming we're going to be successful under Rangnick. And I don't see how it could be any worse, to be fair, than what we've seen this season under Solskjaer. But, like, there's still ways that it can go wrong. Like, he's not guaranteed to get us playing amazing stuff. Like I said, his job is to come in here and this season start us on the road to change, start us laying foundations, and in the long-term vision, in a footballing sense, not just on the pitch, but overall, get us to where we need to be by appointing the next guy as well, or potentially getting really good results with this team this season and staying on in the role further. So a great opportunity, it's a great audition for him. But if anybody thinks this is like as good as a signing as, like when you think about, I don't know, Pep going to City or something, that's a much more likely scenario that he has success there. And it's not just for the fact that he got shitloads of money, to be fair, because, that's the sort of type manager they're getting, the proven top level, winning Champions League trophies, with Barca then winning the Bundes and stuff with Bayern and coming in here, top tier management. Rangnick, to be fair, he's stepping up to Manchester United from Lokomotiv Moscow technical role. It's like he's managed at RB Leipzig, of course, and worked behind the scenes. Hoffenheim, Hannover 96, Schalke. Yeah, very good team back then. Yeah, fair play. But come on, let's be real now. Manchester United is a Goliath of a football club, and this is his biggest job ever. So, he's still got a lot to prove to me. I think he is a great appointment of who's available, though. Absolutely. I am happy about the appointment of who's available, absolutely. So, thank you very much there, Mr. Cool Homies. I'll pin that to the top of the live chat. Hey, we got 191 in here, nearly 100 likes on the stream. Everybody hit the like button if you get it in here. Have your say, get your thoughts and opinions in, and do get yourself involved in the chatter. Right then. So here's some more statistics about the game earlier as well, which is very impressive stuff. Man United won possession in the final third 6 times versus Chelsea. Only against Newcastle United 7 have they done so more in a Premier League match this season. So if you think about that, what that indicates is we are obviously pressing higher up. We're pressing more intensely. And you saw that today. Of course, we won it back 6 times in the opposition final third. Now, if we're looking at some of the negatives, now we didn't have a lot of shots, we didn't create a lot, all the rest of that, but in terms of pressing, in terms of being a little bit more in the face of the opposition higher up, that was there to be seen today. You could see that pressing, and there's some more statistics that back it up. So we've only done that more so against Newcastle United this season. This is what Roy Keane had to say about the players. He says they're nowhere near good enough for Man United, but the manager paid the price. So Keane criticises the players for rolling Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's sacking. This is on Manchester Evening News. Roy Keane has expressed his disappointment in the sacking of Ole Gunnar and blasted the United players not good enough. So really going in on the players here. I mean, I definitely think a lot of the players have been disappointed. Think about somebody like Bruno Fernandes this season. Supposed to be this Portuguese Magnifico. He's a great talent. We know what he can do. It's almost like he's shriveled up since Ronaldo's come in, because he's just like is the second fiddle Portuguese goal scorer now. Like here's the emphasis of him being the focal point. I don't know what it is, but for some reason he's shriveled up. He's not performing like he should be. He's looking pretty bang average. And I think Bruno's pretty much our best player. But out of form is definitely the right phrase to describe what Bruno Fernandes is going through right now. He's out of form. He's out of sorts. Lots of players have let Solskjaer down, even if they haven't meant to. Like, they just underperformed. I feel like some of the effort levels are there for a lot of these guys, but they're just, whatever it is, a mental thing, I don't know. End of the day, Solskjaer didn't do a good enough job getting the best out of this team, that's apparent. But a lot of these players need to hang their heads in shame as well for some of the performances they put in this season. I hope the new manager, being a disciplinarian, being a passionate German authoritarian, can come in here and lay the smack F down on these guys and give them a real wake-up call and make them stop acting like the bunch of prima donnas that they are, you know. I want to see some real guile and fight and just bollocks from these guys. You know, we want to see it. We don't want to see the level of tepid performances we've seen from a lot of these guys recently. It was much better today, though. You know, the energy levels were up there. I think people like Fred and Matic helped control that midfield, but McTominay obviously in the second half was decent, etc. Bruno had a bit of a stinker. Rashi had a bit of an invisible game. You know, it wasn't perfect, but we got an ugly draw. An ugly draw. And you know what? An ugly draw is decent, guys. You'll take an ugly draw. Away at Stamford Bridge, an ugly draw is absolutely brilliant. It's like going into a nightclub. You know, okay, if you're on the pool, you're on the prowl with your mates, when I was a single man, and yeah, you might look at a cheeky little 9.5 over at the bar and go, yeah, you know what? Chances are, you ain't getting in there. No way. But you know what? Find yourself a cheeky little 6. Get yourself an ugly draw. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, by the way. You know, it'll do. Anyway, it's a joke. Right, here we go. So let's get into the other news then. So we've got you know, get in, get out, don't fanny around. Do you know what I mean? I mean in the nightclub. Right, okay. So Real Madrid will not sign Paul Pogba next summer. That's another update. We've got some transfer updates coming through as well here, guys. So I just wanted to get onto that very briefly, and then we'll get back into the live chat, back into the Rangnick stuff. But Pochettino says, there's some quotes from him. He says, I'm very happy at Paris Saint-Germain. We are used to rumours, and that's a good sign. It means we're doing a good job. But we don't create rumours. We don't take advantage of rumours. So, yeah, he's obviously, seems like he's staying there. There is a good chance that he comes into United in the summer. Still big links with Pochettino coming in. Doesn't really necessarily fit what Rangnick would put into place necessarily as much as maybe a Ten Hag would. But it's certainly, you know, it's a good young manager. I was going to say great, he's not a great manager. It's a good young manager, youngish manager, who's got good experience in the Premier League as well, who might be an option. So I'll just ask you guys in the live chat quickly here, Ten Hag or Pochettino for United permanent manager? Ten Hag or Pochettino? Update here from Fabrizio Romano at 10:33 p.m. Yesterday, by the way, which was Pep Guardiola Pep Guardiola on his future. He said, in England, being here, always I will be Man City manager. And if they ever want me back, I will come back to City. I don't think I would trade another club in England apart from this one. So, you know, just making it clear that he's not going anywhere else other than City. You know what? I would love it if he just pissed off now. If he just shone his bald head up and fucking skied all the way back to fucking Spain, to be fair, man. Because it's time that this guy left. He's too good, isn't he? He is. I'm sorry to say, he's won 3 out of the last 4. He's got so much money at his disposal, and the squad is great. But he is very good. And it's just about time that he pissed off, to be honest with you. I'm really looking forward to the era when Liverpool and City lose their managers. I know this is a bit of a Pawson thing to say. Yeah, you know, ham it up, Scousers and City fans. You're in a great place. But when they go, I think there will be a natural drop-off, just like there was after United lost Fergie, just like there was after Arsenal lost Wenger. You know, there's a big, you know, and many other examples. There's a drop-off sometimes when there's a regime in place like that. And I think whoever takes over from Pep is going to have their work cut out for them. So I hope there's a big drop-off there. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, guys. But anyway, there you go. Saying that he's going to stay. So United's priority is understood in this January transfer window because Rangnick's coming in January. Rangnick's coming in, and in January, he's going to want to maybe spend a little bit of money, possibly. The thoughts are he's not really going to have any money to spend. Unless we sell some players, he might be able to bring in one midfielder or something like that. He's not going to have any money to spend because it's a temporary basis. We've already spent a lot of money. He's only here for 6 months. Why would you give somebody who's only here, essentially initially, for 6 months, money to spend like that? I mean, I guess if he's here long term as well to lay the foundations and you trust him, then you should. But I think what the primary focus on this transfer window is getting rid of a couple of players. Getting rid of some players, you know, sell some fringe players at United. People like No Bones Phil Jones. People like Jesse Lingard. Although, you know, like I say, maybe Jesse will stay based on what Rangnick does with him. If Rangnick says, hey, you know what, you have got a place in my squad, maybe Jesse will stay. It's known Jesse hasn't signed a new contract. It's known Jesse doesn't necessarily want to stay at Manchester United because he's not getting game time, or he wasn't under Solskjaer. But if a new guy comes in and rates him and wants to play him, hey, I'm sure he'd be happy to sign a new deal at United and play here because he does love United, to be fair, Jesse. And he could work in that sort of pressing system. But January is going to be a time when United hopefully get rid of a couple more of these sort of fringe players, a couple more of these hangers-oners. There's talks about Dean Henderson going in January, maybe considered moves in January, perhaps on a loan basis. I would be happy to see him loaned out and get experience in another Premier League club or elsewhere. He's a good keeper, Dean Henderson. It's a shame he's wasted. He's wasted at the moment at Manchester United. He's not getting chances. De Gea is clearly the Don of the team. He's the best player of the season so far. Let's get some hand emojis in there. You know, goalkeepers, they don't get enough credit, but he's fast playing himself into being the player of the year again. So far this season, he's already been the player of the season so far. And I'm just very, very impressed by him. But for that reason, it's like Dean Henderson just isn't going to get a look in anytime soon. He's being wasted playing for Manchester United, you know, at this moment in time. We should definitely try and get him loaned out to somebody else, get somebody to play him, give him some game time experience. It's a waste. At the very least, loan him out. But definitely, you know, maybe even a move if there's a good transfer offer that comes in for him. He's on big money. I believe he's on 120,000 a week. Big money for a backup goalkeeper. And there you go. So also, yes, some rumours that Jesse Lingard may be more likely to just stay at United, and if he can't agree a new deal, maybe leave on a free transfer at the end of the season. West Ham still understood to be interested. Newcastle United understood to be interested. So there might be also Barcelona understood to be interested. This is what I've heard recently. Barcelona are targeting Edinson Cavani and Jesse Lingard in the January transfer window. This is a latest rumour mill that's going around. Jesse Lingard has got 7 months left on his contract. Newcastle United, Everton, West Ham and AC Milan are looking at the possibility of signing the midfielder on a free transfer, lads and lasses. So Jesse Lingard, it remains to be seen what goes on. Rangnick might come in and go, you know what, we need a better standard of player than Jesse here. He's a decent lad, but nah. Beans all the way out here, sir. He might do that, or he might just give him a chance. He might say, hey, look, Jesse, in my system is a tool. He's a good tool that we can use. You know, as in he could come on just like he did today, late on in games, press opposition up the top of the pitch. I mean, he didn't have time, didn't really do much today, but I just said he could come on. He's got good legs, he can run around, he can get in people's faces, he's good at pressing. That's what his forte is. So if I was Rangnick and I wanted to play a high press system, then I would think that Jesse Lingard would be perfect for that as a backup option just to come on later games. You know, he's actually decent for that. So Jesse Lingard might stay, he might go. There's big question marks about Jesse. Time will reveal all in regards to what happens with that. In regards to Paul Pogba, links with him, new fresh links in regards to going to PSG. They're blatantly going to poach him, aren't they? I really do think so. I don't even care anymore. I'm not even going to talk about this anymore, to be honest. I don't even fucking care. Paul Pogba, mate, just go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Next summer, they'll sign him on a free, probably paying him an extortion amount of money to him to go over there and be a mercenary in a farmers' league. So, you know, good riddance, as I say. He's not been a United standard player for me, and he's on huge money. Don't want to sign a new contract. That's that. Donny van der Beek may be still interested in leaving the football club. That's also no. Depends on what assurances the new manager may give Ralph Rangnick. Ralph Rangnick may give Donny, because, you know, of course, it's easy to just expect that he's going to play Donny. But what if he doesn't? And that's another manager who doesn't play Donny. Donny's just wasting his career away at United. He's got to have that conversation, is what I'm saying. So when Rangnick comes in, Donny van der Beek's got to have that conversation with him. Rangnick's got to say to him, yes, you are in my plans. And I'm sure we'll stick with him. But if not, then Donny's surely going to want to leave based on what's happened at his United career so far. He's wasted his whole last year of his life, really, at Manchester United, in all honesty. So, yeah, time for him to either get the games or it's time to move him on. To be honest, we're not going to play Donny. If the new manager doesn't want to play him, then he's got to move on. But you know what? Hashtag free Donny. From what I've seen so far from Donny van der Beek, he deserves opportunities in that midfield. Depends what Rangnick's system is, depends what he wants to do and who he wants to play, though. So he might just look at who we've got and go, yeah, actually, Donny, no. It depends on what he wants to do. Josh Lee says hashtag free Donny. Toxic says Donny is our best CM. I think so too in a lot of ways, like in terms of ball retention, passing creativity from deep as well. I absolutely agree. So I hope that the new manager sees that and maybe gives Donny the opportunity and does unleash him in the side. I really hope that happens. Okay, so this is also what Roy Keane said. Oh no, hang on, sorry, that's not worked. Wait a second. What's this link here? Roy Keane said, okay, for some reason, oh yeah. Here it is. Roy Keane says Manchester United were never going to approach him. This is about managerial position at United. This is on Manchester News. Roy Keane said that the Manchester United were never going to approach him about the vacant managerial position at Old Trafford, but failed to rule out a return to management. He said basically, that, where's the quotes? I haven't got the quotes. Here, but basically, yes, former Ireland international enjoyed a glittering career, blah, blah, blah. Manchester Evening News reporting that Keane basically said that he wasn't approached. I mean, that's no surprise, is it, to be fair? Knowing the sort of volatility and the way that it ended with Keane at Manchester United as well, you have to say, wasn't the ideal scenario. All that videotape business, Keane getting sacked off by Fergie, jumping over the desk and all that business, not ideal. Right, okay, so we're going to get into the live chat in a minute. I'm just going to give you a rundown of what we've discussed here. So if you're just joining us, guys, the latest is just basically waiting on the contract exchange here. As you can see here from update from Fab. Work in progress on contract side this weekend in order to announce Ralph Rangnick arrival. So that is a work in progress. All sorts of other stuff going on. Lars Kornetka as well, his assistant at a few various different other clubs, may well be coming in with him. There's also other reports to suggest that he could be bringing in 2 assistants with him as well. So it remains to be seen. We'll give you the latest as and when it happens in regards to his coaching staff, his backroom staff, and what happens with his expected arrival time. So 24 to 48 hours is when we're expecting it. I think Tuesday is going to turn up and be announced by the football club and actually be in England. That's what I think on Tuesday, ready to take over the Arsenal game. But he might not be. Things might be delayed, permits, paperwork, all the rest of it might be delayed, and he might have to come in and manage against Crystal Palace as opposed to the Arsenal game. So let's hope that it gets wrapped up very, very soon indeed, and we can get him in here before then. But yes, Eric Bailly confirms that yes, we've been told in the dressing room about the arrival of the new manager. So there's no ifs, ands, babies, buts, or any other freaking doubts about it, really. He is going to be the next Manchester United manager. It's just we're waiting and awaiting official announcement from Manchester United Football Club, and then they'll obviously let us know when he's going to take the reins and from what time and date he will take over from, which I'm expecting to be before the Arsenal game. Rush Mano says we got 105 likes on the stream. Get in there, my son. Let's be having you. Where are you? Thank you very much, everyone who smashed the like. Please do continue to hit the thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get 150 likes on it. Hit the like if you're just joining us. It's free to do so. Boosts us up on the YouTube algorithm. Helps us compete with the corporations, the clickbaiters, and the gobshites. So please do us a big favour. Smash that like if you enjoy this channel. If you enjoy the community. If you like it at all. It's free to do. You might as well. Thank you very much, everyone who does it. Right, Adfilling Skills says keen for assistant manager, keen for motivational speaker. Get him in there on a plinth at half-time, just ripping into people. That's what I want to see. Toxic says, who do you think is the best McFred replacement? I mean, I personally like quick, athletic CDMs, people like Ndidi and Zakaria. I think somebody like that would be excellent for us. Kessie would be cool. Kessie would be cool as well, box-to-box beast. For me, De Jong says Toxic, fair enough. Well, who's everyone's CDM pick? Let me know. Who would you like? Bell says Pig, City, 5th March, man. City, we get a couple big games around then. We've got all mid-table relegation fodder from Arsenal to them. Very favourable. Yeah, that's right, for the new manager. Very favourable run we've got, Bell, with the new manager coming into the fixtures we've got. Couldn't be easier, really. I mean, after the Arsenal game, it's all plain sailing. Or so it should be. It's never that simple. I mean, look at some of the fixtures we've lost this season. The Villa game, the Watford game, some stinkers. So it's never a gimme. All teams are difficult to beat in the Premier League, but still, United should, on paper, have the quality to get them dispatched. Hey, K Slater 23, man, he says, I hope Keane gets another opportunity to manage and us successful. I think he has more knowledge than his reputation would tell people. Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely, as a player, as also just somebody who can command a team, I think he's an excellent guy. He's an excellent choice. I would definitely like to play under Roy Keane, even though sometimes he's going to get in your face and give you a slap, because he's probably going to get the best out of you. He's probably going to have you just that little bit scared, which I think is healthy for an athlete who's got to go out there and fight for the badge like their life depends on it. I think that's good. But also, he's shown some good managerial abilities. He's only managed, Ipswich and Sunderland. Done all right with Sunderland, right? But, I can't really remember what happened, to be fair. I can't remember what happened at Ipswich and stuff. I can't remember how it ended, but you know, he's definitely got some experience, but it's not really enough to get a big job. He's got to go out there back into management. In that article there on MEN, it said that, you know, he wasn't approached from United about the job, but he also hasn't ruled out the possibility of going back into management. I would love to see Roy Keane go back into management, to be honest. I'd like to see him go and manage somebody. I'm surprised nobody's come in with a really decent job offer. You see some of the jobs that have been available made recently. I don't know, you know, Newcastle United or Norwich City or Derby County or these sorts of teams, obviously, that are, you know, maybe Roy Keane could do a good job there. By the way, Wayne Rooney's doing pretty well. Considering they started with minus whatever points. And, you know, Wayne Rooney's doing pretty well, actually, mate. Sort of galvanised that team. He's not had an easy setup, has he? You know? Yeah, he's got to get in there and get the experience. Roy Keane. He's still, even though he's experienced in a football man and he's great value and he's obviously one of the greatest players to play for United and all the rest of it, he's got to go and prove himself and work his way up the football ladder just like anybody else if he ever wants to manage Man United. Batman Knight fan says turmeric. I don't know how to spell his name. Turmeric. What's that? What's that, Batman Knight fan? Isn't that a spice or something you put on your chicken? Are you serious, bruh? Keep the players honest. Keno Wood says Jaden Pete Karamalis. Hey there, Jaden Pete. Yeah, keep the players honest. Keno Wood. No, Arsenal going down with Rangnick in charge, says Batman Knight fan. Come on, hopefully. I mean, he's not going to have much time to change things between now and the Arsenal game, and it's not even now, it's whenever he comes in the Arsenal game, so literally a day or two. It's not going to have much to change time-wise, but hopefully he can just instill something into them, get a good performance out of us, and change enough to make us unpredictable and effective. Mark Ashton says, with the multi-million bank accounts his players have, they're not going to sit there and get shouted out by anyone. Imagine you have to be mates with these guys to get something out of them, says Mark Ashton. I'm not so sure. I think this is what's interesting. In a way, you're right with this modern-day prima donna vibe around the gaff. A lot of people don't like Roy Keane's management. I mean, or anybody's management, Rangnick's management. Think about... There's a lot of prima donnas sometimes getting in the face of people and ruffling feathers these days. There's a lot of softies around, let's be fair. You know, this is looking Wokeville 2021, looking bunch of pansies running around the gaff, isn't it? Come on. Generation Z, Generation fucking P, Generation, you know what I mean? Like, what is this? Anyway, I'm just saying, no disrespect. I'm just saying, like, you know, there's a lot of people getting offended these days, you know. What's going on? I remember being at school, you know. I was born in 1987. I'm not that old. But, hey, it was a common thing to maybe have a teacher throw a fucking board marker at your fucking head or something if you weren't paying attention in class. Like, these things happen. I feel like these things would get you in a fucking local newspaper these days. That's how soft the fucking world's gone. So, yeah, definitely you've got to wrap these players up in cotton wool in some degree. Put your arm around them and all that. But also, come on, we do need to have somebody come into this United side right now who's got like the ego, the disciplinarian, authoritarian sort of stature to be able to whip these guys into shape and get them performing and working hard. Because that's one big thing that Rangnick sides do, is they work hard. They cover a lot of ground. They put the miles in and they work for each other as a team so hard. And United haven't really done that this season. He's going to have to get them into shape, whip them into shape, get them playing good offensive and just off the ball. We need to be really on it. We need to be pressing off the ball. Super quick, super intense. That's how we need to be playing. So until we do that, you know, these players, yeah, it's a good point. Are we going to be able to get these prima donnas doing it? And would somebody like if you were talking about Roy Keane, then obviously Roy Keane, I'm sorry to say, but his style of management, his abrasive nature, maybe it doesn't fit in so well with modern football. Maybe Jose Mourinho, you know, his style of management with Pogba, etc., is a fine example. Abrasiveness doesn't work well with some of these modern-day footballers. They're mollycoddled. They're given everything they want from a young age. I don't think they really have to go out there and build up the character to deal with a bit of banter, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just Generation Snowflakes says, Big God Bob. There you go, lad. There you go. You said it. Guys, 215 of you in here. Hit the like button. 124 you legends have smashed the like. Thank you so much. Hit the thumbs up. You just joined in. Smash that subscribe as well if it's your first time here, guys. I don't know how many we're on, but oh, get in there, my son. Sorry, guys. We've hit 48.9 thousand subscribers now. 48.9 48,900 subscribers. That is insanely awesome. Thank you everyone who's hit the subscribe button. If you're new, smash the subscribe. That means we're not that far away, less than 100 away to get to 49,000 subscribers on the channel. So please do hit the sub if you're new. If it's your first time here, smash the subscribe. It's free. Nice one. Right, okay. Okay, hang on a second. So, so that's basically, what else? That's basically the news, guys. You know, some negotiations about Lars Kornetka coming in as assistant. Update expected that in the next 24 to 48 hours, Rangnick will be the coach. That's basically it. I'm going to get into the live chat now for a Q&A, lads and lasses. So yeah, do hit the like, get involved in the chat. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute, by the way. So if you're there lurking and you want to have your say in the live chat, you're wondering why you cannot comment, hit the sub and in 1 minute you'll be able to comment. Thank you, Toxic. Yes, get 50k before Christmas. You never know, mate. It would be nice, wouldn't it? K Slater says, my hope is that Keno has learned more about management. What he does as a pundit is to give his straight opinion. He knows punditry and to give his straight opinion. He knows punditry and management are two different things. Very true. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, that's definitely the case, isn't it? You look at a lot of these pundits, they do talk a good game. And more often than not, they don't manage a good game. Depends who you're talking about, but Gary Neville, great pundit. The only management job he's had, right, is at Valencia, where he sort of imploded in a short spell. Proper gash. How's about, of course, Keno's another example. He hasn't exactly done amazing in terms of management. No, what's he done? Managed Ipswich and Sunderland. It's not amazing, is it? But he's a great pundit. Jamie Carragher's never managed anyone. Jamie Redknapp, fuck me. Imagine Jamie Redknapp actually being a manager. There's a quote from him about when Rafael van der Vaart's talking about them paying 80 million pounds for him, and he says Maguire's very quick. He's like, oh no, it's a good signing for them. He's quick. He's quick. He's for a big man, he's quick. Hang on a sec. Who the fuck is describing Harry Maguire as quick? Fuck me. So the fact that he, it's like, come on, Jamie Redknapp, you'd be a shit manager, mate. No disrespect, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes pundits should just stick to being pundits, That's how it is. Hey, look, I'm fully aware that I don't have coaching badges. I haven't got experience. I haven't been a football player for Manchester United or any other professional team. I haven't got, the experience of being a manager, being within the game, and that's invaluable experience you only get from living that life. I haven't lived that life. My life in football is playing youth football and watching football and playing Football Manager. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. We all think we could do a great job. We all think we know what's the right answer to do. But when it comes down to it, it's actually about getting results. It's a results industry. And the proof is always in the pudding of the results. That's right. Maguire wears cement boots, says Jaden Peter. Simon Jordan says outfitting skills. Keane is one of the best pundits, and there is Merson. Then there is Merson, says Abby Alikal. Yes, you're right, Bo. He says anyone that isn't subscribed is a schlag. I totally agree with you there, Bo. Couldn't agree more. Anyone who's not subscribed is a big schlag. That's a good point. Thank you, Rushmano. Says smash a like for the pig. Thank you. Right, get your thoughts and opinions in guys. Q&A time. I'll stick around here for a good few minutes now. See what you guys have got to say for yourselves in regards to the game. Let me know your thoughts on the game today. Let me know your thoughts on Rangnick, what you think we should be doing going forward, who we should sign, all the rest of it. Carrick as a clown, says outfitting skills. Yeah, mate, that's a bit fucking harsh, isn't it, pal? Just because I fucking said Scotty McTominay should be man of the match, mate. Come on. There's a reason I'm on Sky Sports and you're not, mate. Anyway, you can't stand Jamie, says Josh Lee. I don't mind him. He's all right on the League of Their Own and stuff like that. Jamie Redknapp, he's harmless. But in terms of being an actual football pundit, I think he does say, he does leave himself out a little bit short sometimes, like for saying stuff like that, like Harry Maguire is quick. Just anybody who says that initially kind of like, hang on, have you watched this guy play? Because he's absolutely not quick. You could say he's big, he's strong, he's good. But, he's not quick, even for a big guy, I don't think. I don't think anybody could describe him as that. Abby says the British media targets on Ronaldo, where Rashford was shit and pressing and everything. Fair one. It is a bit strange, the English media targeting Ronaldo a little bit at the end here. I know I've seen that as well. People saying that Ronaldo's had a bad game. He's only coming at the end in a game that we are, getting out possessed in, out controlled. It's like, what is he really expected to do in the end of that game? He's not got much service at the end. Sure, he's not done much. He didn't look good. But come on, Ronaldo's the GOAT. He will be fine for Manchester United this season. I'm so happy we've got him. He is going to win us many games this season. He's going to clutch us so many goals. It's Ronaldo, of course. Even in a new system, if he's expected to do something a bit differently with a pressing style, I still think he can be very effective doing it. It just might not become, might not be as natural as some of the others. But man, in terms of pressing, in terms of working, running, he can still do it to a degree. I don't think that you're going to see a complete drop-off. I don't think you're going to see Rangnick come in and sack off Ronaldo for Cavani or anything like that. I think he's going to give him what he needs to do the job in this new system. Johnny says, sometimes I think that if the club has a priority for social media activity than playing good and winning the football, then I think some of the players are following suit. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag new culture. Let's get those hashtag Glazers outs in there, my son. I agree, Johnny. Could not agree more, mate. The new culture, the club prima donna melters all over the gaff. Social media players, Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba, social media, Slabby Maguire putting on the same old rubbish tweet every single fucking week. Sorry, we played shite, yeah. Oh, we need to do better. Jog on. Oh, so much too soon. How is Maguire on 180 grand a week to be that sort of level of player for us? How is he the captain? Case Slater says, Maguire ain't flying pig quick. That's for damn sure. I reckon I could beat him in a foot race. I'm just saying, Case Slater TV. I'm a big unit, mate. I weigh a lot of stones. But you know what? Pigsy can fly. They don't call me the flying pig for nothing. Okay? Do you know what? I've seen one of Harry Maguire's workouts on, like those apps. What's an app he was using? I don't know, like Strider or something. Probably Grindr knowing him. But no, Strider or, fucking whatever. One of those apps that records your GPS location when you're running, yeah? It's like, go and look at some of his runs. He's not that quick. He's thinking slowly. Even at his outside trays having a jog. I can pick up the pace, Harry, for fuck's sake. Proper dawdler, man. Dexter Nicaramba says, McTominay man of the match if you have actual eyes, says Dexter Nicaramba. Oh, okay. Well, I guess if Dexter says so, then he must be right, I mean, I disagree with you. I personally think that De Gea, if you have eyes, you would see him make 2 world-class saves and a whole host of other great saves, which stopped Chelsea from actually winning the game. So in definition of man of the match, he's the most important player in affecting the result, if you ask me. Now, Fred was excellent as well. He definitely commanded that midfield, probably more so than Scott McTominay. The thing is that let Scott down, Dexter, in that man of the match claim that you've just made, is that in the second half he was great, and in the first half he was absolutely abysmal. So, if you're talking about man of the match, maybe man of the second half, but not fucking man of the match, lad. No career mode tonight, but we have got FIFA Ultimate Team coming tonight in about an hour. If you guys are up, if you want to tune in for a little bit of late night FIFA, please come and join us. We'll be on late night finishing off the foot champs. Seth Backrow, lad, hello, mate. Hey, how you doing? One of the channel member legends says, hi, Piggy, you are quicker than Maguire. Are you doing a foot stream today? I am indeed, mate. We'll be back in an hour, lad. Hey, Josh Lee, thank you so much for the 179 super chat, dude. He says, thoughts on Wan-Bissaka's performance today? Love clown. Wow. Josh Lee, hey, look, it was a very mixed bag. He was all over the place in terms of he was up and down, man. He ran his socks off. He was a nuisance. He made some great challenges, but also he was exposed several times today. Several times he left a lot of space on that left-hand side. He lunged in. He got done, there in behind a few times. He made errors today. It was a mixed bag. I wouldn't say he was terrible. I actually thought that he had a good game in terms of really affecting the game positively because he's, ultimately his mistakes didn't lead to problems. Apart from, I should say, the penalty, which he could have avoided that. That was a little bit silly from Wan-Bissaka, but I don't really feel bad for him or feel like he deserved it because, it was a soft one, but also Thiago Silva just going in there. It's a coming together almost, and it was a soft penalty, so don't really blame him too much for it, but I just kind of feel like he had a bit of a bang average game where he's made a lot of errors. In regards to a new system, I think a new manager might not be as impressed with his going forward as we would like, because obviously that's not his forte. His forte is defending. If he's going to be asked to be going forward a lot, I don't know. We'll have to see what the new manager thinks about Wan-Bissaka. I personally think Wan-Bissaka is a great player. We need to stick our faith in him and let him take that role forward because I think he's quality and he has been quality for us all the time he's been here. Thank you so much there, Mr. Josh Lee, for the 179 super chat. Appreciate that, lad. Get those soul emojis in there for him. We have a new subscriber, Pablo XXX and Rohil Jane. Thank you for climbing aboard the Bacon Express. Please do keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. We would be lower in the table if we didn't have De Gea, absolutely. Totally agree. He's saved us many a time this season. Talking Muse says Tuchel's excuse was funny and weak. It was the lights. Oh dear, the wheels on the bus are falling off. Is that what he said? The lights at Old Trafford is what? Are you joking me? Mate, that's hilarious, isn't it? If he actually said that. I haven't seen that, but if that's true, then that's hilarious. United Prodigy says, Big up Bob Biko fridges are faster than Maguire. Or Becco, is that pronounced Becco? I don't know. Hey, Anthony says, David De Gea, best keeper in the league. By a mile. I think, Mendy didn't look exactly stunning today for Chelsea. I know people have been banging on about him. I think it's just because Chelsea have been playing so damn good. He has made some stops, of course, but Chelsea have been protecting him a lot with their damn good play, and they've had a great run so far this season. So, I think his stats are all fluffed up, whereas De Gea's had to do it the hard way. He's having to play in a struggling team, getting peppered all game long. Don Piglione, mate, with a £5 super chat. Good morning there, Don Piglione. You come to me on the eve of Manchester United beating Chelsea, or potentially, and you ask me to throw the game for money. Hey, Don Piglione, thank you very much for getting in here with your £5 super chat, mate. Let's everyone get a soul emoji in there for him. We've got 140 likes on the stream, 200 likes, 200 people watching, I mean. We can do better than that. That's a ratio that we need to improve. Smash the like if you're getting in here, guys, and have your final say. I'm going to be here for a few more minutes until I have to wrap up and get off in order to get this FIFA set up and everything. But I'll stick around for another 5 minutes. Get your last final thoughts and opinions and questions or comments, opinions, your thoughts, whatever you want in the live chat. Let me know. You've seen corpses with no limbs move quicker than Maguire. A man of the match for me is De Gea or Bailly. Bailly was very good, the first family. Hello, the first family. Bailly was very impressive, actually. I agree. Solid. Didn't really put a foot wrong. I can't really think of one incident where Bailly sort of been found out. I can think of Wan-Bissaka making a couple of mistakes. I can think of Tellez leaving us exposed once from lunging in and missing out on a ball. I can think of Lindelof making a couple of dodgy moments, but not Bailly. Bailly had a really solid game. It's a really good point. I think Bailly deserves a really great shout for tonight because he did very well. Woodward the Clown, hello, what's going on, mate? Well, this channel actually started before that channel, so, you should probably know what you're talking about, mate. United Prodigy says, other teams watch the small bit of pressure we put on Chelsea goalkeeper, then Chelsea will concede more goals. Questionable, to say the very least. Yes, that's true. I mean, questionable Chelsea. Let's see. I mean, maybe the wheels can fall off. I don't know. They've been clearly the best team so far this season in a lot of ways. I don't know about that, United Prodigy. Listen, today United got it done right. We got it done well in an ugly fashion, and it sort of suits us the way we've been going about over the last year with that counter-attacking away from home style. There's a reason we set a record for the most undefeated games in a row away from home recently. It's because we're hard to beat on the counter away from home. So, Bailly was great in the United. I know, Mark Ashton, it's funny. He says, Piggy, you keep referencing the game as if you won the game and then realise we actually only drew. I know, it's bad, isn't it, mate? Oh, that's when you know you're in the shit house. As a team, when you look at a draw going, oh, shit, we won. Oh, no, we didn't. Josh Lee says, Varane and Bailly is our best centre-backs. Yes, I'm with you on that one. David White, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Welcome in. D. Buckton says, Bailly over Maguire. Hope to see Bailly play much more under Rangnick. Maguire should be taken from captaincy. It's a shame on United's legacy, says Abby Alakel. Definitely, 100%. Making a mockery of all the great captains that have worn the armband and represented this great club. See you in an hour, United forever. Thank you so much. How much could you honestly get for Maguire and Pogba? Lino De Silva, Pogba's injured for a couple of months, and his contract runs out in the summer. So if we actually want to sell him, you'd have to sell him for chump change in January, if he's even fit enough to move, which I don't think he will be. So I think he just leaves on a free in the summer. Maguire, I think we could get 40 million for Maguire, or use him in some sort of Part X deal with Leicester City. I see that they would want him back. I think that they would want him back for a reasonable price. Nowhere near what we paid for him. But I think you could get 40 million for Maguire. What do you guys think? Roy Keane's the GOAT, says Adfeling. AB, what do you mean? Don't let a Bolivia man steal the Ballon d'Or. Oh. But what the fuck was Fred doing near the end of the game, though, with that chip? Oh, United probably don't get me started on that, man. What's he doing, man? What a psycho. Who does he think he is, having a chip over there, man? Does he really think he's got the technical ability to do that? I've never seen nothing from Fred to suggest that he could. So, yeah, why he thought it wasn't a better option to pass it to Lingard or Ronaldo. I mean, that could have won us the game right there. Fred shat it, mate. No mistake there. He shat it there. Cell Pog viruses in United. Terrible chips, says Toxic. I know, that could have been such a key moment for us. We could have banged it there, man. You will have to pay a club to take Maguire, says Jade and Peter. I think Bayern Varane should be our centre-backs. Me too, the first family. 12 million for Maguire, Max, says Toxic. Terrible chip. Give Slabhead to Kidderminster Town for bag off cement. Fred thought his left foot is like Messi, says Amit Kumar. No, that's what I mean. He just turned into... I thought he was like going for that. It was Ramirez, Chelsea vibes back in the day with that chip there. Thought he just like... Don't know. He thought he was a different Brazilian there, man. I enjoyed this afternoon's watch along. Thank you, John1874. That means a lot to me, man. Thank you so much for coming and watching along with us, dude. Welcome anytime, mate. Come on in. Fred found his Brazilian passport, says Adfeling. You nearly broke your TV with Fred's chip, says Jade. Oh, man. Yeah, Shenlong. No, Fred had a good game. That just that chip was pathetic. Going forward is not Fred's forte at all, is it? Lino De Silva says, teach Fred English and make him no shooting captain. I won't be back Friday because you're a shithouse, says Bell 691. Swap and Didi for Maguire, says Batman Knight fan. Pogba and Maguire would go for a minimal fee, both looking for a role in the club with great algorithm coaches. Algorithm coaches? I could do with an algorithm coach. Guys, help the algorithm out for me right now. Smash the like button. We're nearly at 150. Let's get the 150. Smash the thumbs up on it. We're going to pretty much wrap this video up now. Carter Reeves, we will play FIFA. No need to spam, lad. Think Fred thought it was prime in that one, Aldinho? Thank you, Amit Kumar. Appreciate it. Says it's 4:30. Watching your stream is amazing. Thank you so much, Amit Kumar. Thank you, everyone, for watching the stream. Thank you, Mr. Rushmano, for giving me the updates throughout. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We're going to wrap this stream up now. Then there's the latest news and an update on Ralph Rangnick. Should be expected 24 to 48 hours he'll be in the club. Maybe his assistant, Lars Kornetka, will be coming with as well as potentially maybe one other mystery man right now. We'll bring you the latest as and when it happens on the channel. Keep a lookout. Tomorrow we'll have United news for you. Smash a like on this video before you go. Do hit the subscribe if it's your first time on the channel as well. We're on here every day giving you United news. Click the bell icon so you get notified when we post and go live. So smash the bell like a name with Quasimodo. Esmeralda the bells! And you will get a little notification when we go live. Thank you, Mark Ashton. Have a good one, mate. Come on, get in there. Decent result today anyway. Thank you, Illy United, Jade, Genlo, Mark Harris, Leon Moses. Appreciate you, Leon Moses. Thank you. You too, man. Appreciate that. Amit Kumar, Batman Knight fan, Johnny. Everybody, all the moderators, thank you for moderating the chat. All the channel members, thank you for supporting the show. And everyone else as well, thank you for enriching this live chat and making this community what it is, full of banter and different opinions about this beautiful team and game that we like to follow. Everyone, take it easy. Hit the like on it. We're nearly at 150, and I'll see you later. Follow us up on social media as well. Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. Also, before I go, actually, let me put this in there, actually, yeah. Do us a little raid, guys, on my other vid. Because I put it on there during the post-match show with the lads, and so some of you may have not seen it. I'll put it in there. Goals, reaction, like and comment. If you could do that for me, everybody who's in here right now, 164 legends. It's only a few minutes long. Go and watch this video. Smash a thumbs up over there. Leave a comment on it over there as well. I've pinned it to the top of the live chat. There it is. Please go do us a favor and help boost up that vid also. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Take it easy. I'll be back in just under an hour, somewhere around 1:45, somewhere around there. We'll be back with some FIFA action. We'll be playing all the penultimate games of the Foot Champs Weekend League. So let's be having you. See you then. A decent draw today for United. We got the job done against Chelsea at the Bridge. Top of the league team to go away from home, get the point. It's decent. It's ugly. It's decent. We'll take it. Get in there. New manager coming in soon. Thank you very much, Michael Carrick. Let's get some love hearts for Carrick in there. And a thank you because he's overseen these couple of games decently well. And now it's time for the new man to come in and a new era to begin. Hashtag new era. Hashtag Blazers out. Thank you for subscribing, Doug Stark. Thank you, Elitnis Mamiki, the Furs family, Mark Ashton, Johnny, Ilir, and everyone else. Toxic. It's the end of the stream. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. And come on, United. So